Even though there was supposed to be only a month left, she's doing very well. So that's what I was kind of informing you guys when the audio was off there. I apologize about that. But yeah, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil, Laird.
I mean, Fuego here.
Producer Dave.
And Happy New Year, one and all, you guys. And
Party is right here.
Feliz Año Nuevo, yo, yo. The year of 19. Hashtag year of 19.
So, cheers to you guys.
Fuck
Salute,
2018.
Yeah, to 2019 being better.
Yeah, I'm down for a fresh new year.
Why,
I'm
it's
super,
Mr. Carnage.
Super cool with this.
Mr. Carnage just showed up. And then Willard Stiles is here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Francisco
That's
Estrella.
They missed all your shout-outs at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mr. Carnage, formerly known as Chop Block. But guys, we are here to now. Just so you guys know a little bit about what's going on the channel, Fuego and I had initially decided to try and do this as our top 10 horror movies of 2018, but
With some honorable mentions.
it was you're not going to convince me. But instead of doing it that way, where Fuego can blindside me with honorable mentions, we're going to actually do it recorded so I can put some production value into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Which
yeah,
we
so
did with the other two. So.
right, which I did with the other two. We just recorded our top 6 worst horror movies of 2016 yesterday. Marsha recorded the top 5 best and worst horror TV shows, and then Fuego and I are going to record the best top 10. So all that will be coming in the very near future. And we're going to get into some of the changes that the channel has in store for 2019 a little bit later. But first, we thought we'd start off sort of reminiscing on the past year for the horror show. The past year was obviously a very big year for us. I don't think we grew quite as much this year as we did the previous year.
2017 had so much to do with the fact that we had like that It trailer reaction.
All of that
and
It
thing
footage for that.
It was really
2
anytime
weeks.
we covered It Chapter 1, as it's now come to be called, we gained like mad traction with subscribers. So that means the year of 19, which we're about to approach as Chapter 2 is coming. Yeah, I'm hopeful and honestly pretty confident in further growth and seeing numbers just really gain magnitude, so to speak. So
We've done a lot this year. I mean, obviously, this was the first full calendar
Garrett!
year. Yeah, Garrett's here. Ben Grimm just popped on too. Wences is here as well.
Scott
and,
Baker, our dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this year, man, we a lot happened in 2018.
We
and,
doubled down on a lot of different things. We added new types of programming, which was cool.
Well, and this was the first full calendar year where we went 2 episodes a day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Sometimes more than
Sometimes
two.
more than 2.
3 or 4 on certain days.
Yep,
Crazy.
exactly. So that is a tremendous feat. That means that we definitely did at least 730 episodes this year, at least.
Because Dave and I produce some episodes and stuff, but you handle like 90% of this.
Yeah,
80 to 90%.
it's a lot.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
95.
I was going to say, hail to Stephen King, and that's pretty much it.
We got a drink.
Oh,
is
damn
that a
yes,
continuing
I think that's
rule?
a thing. It's a
Is that a
continuing
continuing rule?
Cheers.
Whenever Fuego brings up Stephen
Hail
King,
to
we have to
Stephen
freaking...
Well, this was the first year where we went 2 times a day for HTSK without making more drinking happen.
No, I mean, at that point, yeah, we don't need to drink again, but... No, that was... What, you did that all year?
all year, 2 episodes a day.
Yeah,
Or
2
a
episodes a
day,
week.
2 episodes a week. And man, hitting the 100th episode was obviously a big thing for me. And
So we're going to get into some of the things that stood out for each of us for this past year for the horror show.
Yeah.
And if you guys have... see, Scott Baker's on top of it.
Yeah, of course he is.
Eddie D too. It's still going. Garrett says this is still going. Ha ha ha.
Yes, Garrett and Scott. They know
For those
what's
of
up.
you, hey Corey Novak. For
Yeah,
those of
Corey
you new,
Novak, patron.
yes,
Yeah.
we started a thing last night in last night's stream where anytime Fuego mentions
We didn't start it.
Psy King, yeah, the commenters started it. I should thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
subscribers.
I don't know how long that'll be going or in what context, but for now it's going. I mean, we're all drinking anyway, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, Haley is right. 19 is like it was the most significant year in my life in a lot of ways. It's a formative year as King describes. Anyway, I said
So-
King. I didn't say the full name.
Yeah,
no
so-
drinking.
So we're gonna go through some of our favorite things that we remember from this year. And, one of the things that we did that I think all of us could talk about is we took a couple of trips to California. That's the first thing I'll bring up. Producer Dave and I went with Marsha and Susie to go to California for Halloween Horror Nights, as well as the Halloween 40th anniversary convention. And then Fuego and I went out there for the Hanukkah premiere. And in both cases, we got to go to Hollywood Boulevard and sort of look around and check out the stars and everything. And it was nice that I got to go, because Fuego was bummed that he missed the first trip, and then a new trip sort of just randomly presented itself.
Yes, it did. And
so,
shout out to your buddy Josh, both of your buddy Josh.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh Stamen, who hosted us, who you'll see in the second California vlog. Those are 2 more episodes that you guys will see coming probably in January, or definitely in January of 2019. The Mexico vlog when I went to Mexico, and then the vlog where Fuego and I went back to California. Those are both coming very soon.
Go in, back to Cali.
But let's talk about those trips, guys. I know why I loved it, but let's Dave, why don't you start? What sticks out in your mind about the trip?
Well, first of all, I had been taking care of my dad for a long time, so I hadn't had a trip in a long time. So it wasn't just a fun trip to go on with you guys, but it was a good sort of like vacation from years of not being able to do pretty much anything. So besides that, I mean, yeah, you and I had a bunch of fun the last time you and I had gone.
Definitely.
And we had done that VIP tour and all this other stuff, and it was really cool what they did with the park. And I had been to Universal Studios, but I hadn't been obviously in a long time the first time we went. So seeing the Mummy and a couple of the other new rides. So this time when we went, it was really cool to see not only the horror stuff, but also the couple of the rides that we got to go on. The new Transformers ride, which I have a connection to with the lead actor who plays the voice, which is such a weird thing. And
you finally got to see Harry Potter World.
Got to see Harry Potter World.
About that, Dave.
And quite honestly,
did you have butterbeer?
Underwhelmed. No,
I was underwhelmed in the sense that, look, it's a commercial property.
Yeah.
If you don't have money to spend, there's only so much enjoyment you're going to get out of the place. What's great about it is...
You get eyeball enjoyment.
You can, it's like window shopping. And it was really cool for me, but it was also kind of like the mirror of, Aristot... I don't know how to say it. The mirror.
Yeah, no, what was it?
The mirror of Aristot, or whatever it is. So, like, seeing it was kind of like, I can see it, but I can't do anything. Like, I can't buy a wand and buy beer and all this other cool stuff that I would have liked to do. That being said, I did get the enjoyment out of it, as far as the Harry Potter experience. But overall, I felt like the trip was like something that... One of the things we set out to do with this show was to travel with it, to go to these things, and to cover beyond the Phoenix area and beyond the Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa area, and go out and I would love if when we did, we were meeting more people from the audience. But
yeah. Which we have sporadically with the traveling, whether it was Scarefest, whether it was, looking to Mad Monster Charlotte in February. Cecil and I are trying to get our ducks
Speaking of which, it's interesting because Jason from Sinister Cinema just joined on.
One of my favorite moments of 2018.
Indeed, we're going to be talking about Mad Monster. Being able to finally link up with Sinister Cinema and Fuego specifically doing an episode with him. That's going to be something we talk about too. Happy New Year's to you, sir. We doing Mad Monster 2019? Of course, we are.
Damn Rizzle. Jason, I can't wait to watch your Lowlife review because I saw that at the festival earlier this year, and I love Lowlife. Best Tarantino imitator since Pulp Fiction.
Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
Fuego and I are actually considering going to Mad Monster Charlotte this year because Bruce Campbell and Doug Jones and Danielle Harris are all going to be there. So I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in doing or if you're just going to wait for Arizona. But yes, we'll definitely be doing the Arizona coverage like we do every year.
Danielle Harris.
Yeah, Danielle Harris.
Anyway.
Anyway, but Dave, the other thing regarding the California trips that I wanted to bring up, regarding some episodes of ours that stuck out to me this year, were the California vlogs.
Yeah.
They were our first real vloggy episodes. Like, I've done episodes that I call vlogs where it's just me doing a video log into the camera. The original essence of it, but there are now travel vlogs. And this was our first genuine travel vlog that Dave edited he's edited all the vlogs, and he's done the music for them, and not made the music, but he's found and
searched YouTube,
put the music to them. Yeah, but honestly, that's all part of the editing and part of why the vlogs stick out to me, because they feel like real high-end YouTube material. And I wish more people watch them because they're so good.
Hey, we're high-end YouTube.
We are, but no, it's always a struggle to me. As the person that kind of co-created the show with Dave, I never look at it that way. Yeah, there's certain episodes that I look
Dave
at that
had
way.
an idea from another guy about some weird thing, and you came up with the horror show. Let's be honest.
Well,
I was there. I will be there, and I have been there every step of the way. So that's my job, is to support creative passion.
Yeah, and I've been very appreciative to have been a part
Both
of
these
the
guys
process
have creative passion.
since the second season, and being brought on and everything. And
the Beast and S. Rose are here as well.
Yeah, this
Hey,
is
S.
our
Rose.
Styles.
I know you.
This is our firmless
leader.
Our
I am
fearless
firmless.
fearless leader, though, 100%, man. Cecil steers the ship in every capacity, and rightfully.
Someone's gotta.
Yeah. I don't want to be
all
in
right,
charge.
so Fuego, what's an episode or episode series that you wanted to bring up?
Well, I
Or
mean,
big memory from this year.
biggest thing is most definitely the fact that we decided very ambitiously to up Hail to Stephen King to 2 episodes.
Well,
two
just
episodes
to
a week.
pause on that whole topic for 1 second, I was just going to
really?
say, and if you guys don't like the vlogs, it's all my fault. So you guys can blame me. Don't blame Cecil or whatever.
Yeah, so Hail to Stephen
No!
King.
I said it twice.
No, that's all. We're counting it as once.
All right,
I
drinking
said,
twice.
okay, HTSK.
There you go. Hail, just say hail.
Yeah, do I have to? Hail! The Hail episode.
Hail!
Okay, there you go. Sip and one more sip. Ugh. Man, this is tasty cucumber chili tequila, but no.
All right. So continue.
Anyway, though, biggest thing was doing Hail episode number 100, though, in the fact that it was one of the longest episodes that I ever put together. It was a combination of
Hail
both-
100 episodes.
Hail 100 episodes.
deserves
It's like 120 now or
and now
something.
it's
130.
at almost 130 episodes now. But basically, Hail 100 was so special for me for the sheer fact that it was half live streamed, and then I went and did a re-edit where I chopped in everything from fellow artists who had done like visuals and cool things that they had put in the Facebook group to even like a video message from Lily and various other friends and stuff like that. So it was just it was humbling, and it meant a lot just to show that El Rey, Cy King, as I so affectionately call him, and
that's a huge compliment.
and my humble just coverage of him
Read Haley's compliment and try not to cry.
makes me feel special. That's
Right?
that's all that I have intended to do, is recall the face of my father. He's not my personal father.
That
or
makes
anything
me
like
almost
that.
tear up. That's a nice
Yeah.
compliment.
Yeah, but I have done my damnedest as far as like
New
honoring
Year.
my favorite author and just being humbled and never haughty for a single second about the sheer fact that everybody who tunes into that program, everybody who's been a part of the Facebook group and stuff like that, I just cannot thank all of you enough, and grande gracias, cliches and all, for the fact that not only did these two guys give me a mouthpiece and an outlet to put those episodes out, but for the fact that it resonated and people gave a fuck. Mm-hmm. It was cool, and it was just an honoring experience. So much love to all of you, and to many more long days and pleasant nights.
Well,
Bam.
you've always been the best example of what this show was created to promote, is people who are passionate about horror specifically.
Yeah.
And that's how you became a part of our community or whatever, or show.
Yeah, thank you to
became a
Susie
host.
for being like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, there's this guy I work with.
Who?
Susie.
Von Slaughter.
Who?
Miss Fonson. Who is that? We
Hey,
love
well,
Sue.
2019. She did have a good idea. 2019. It's
Oh,
coming.
that's true.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
true. The
So
return.
she does have
you know
good
what?
ideas.
We can make the
Yes,
promise
she
now
has
that
great
before the
ideas.
end of 2019, we will have the return of our horror comedy sketches.
Oh yeah.
So
we
and
have
with a big
Susie's
bang for
great
a return.
idea.
Yeah,
Made amazing
yeah, and it's
by
gonna
the likes of us.
yeah, it's gonna be really nice, and it's gonna be needing green screen, but it'll be classic and great. So
Is
I think
that
the next thing we should
is
talk
that
about,
the,
yes,
like,
yep.
okay, yes.
So,
all right. You shall see. You shall
the
see.
thing we should talk about next, as Dave walks away, is the thing we can all talk about, which was Mad Monster this year. Because as Jason brought up earlier, Mad Monster was a big thing for a lot of us. So
I was so happy to have him be a part of that and just help out
Yes.
with being a spokesman for our channel when he didn't have to be. He could have been trying to pimp his own shizzle. We got John Kyle Stanton back on here again.
Fuego, let's play Wheel
Well,
of
just-
Fortune.
just-
I think he was the culprit for starting.
He was,
what
but you
happened
know
on
what?
that.
I don't begrudge the guy. He's
John
contributing
Kyle
to the show.
Stanton, what up, what up, what up?
Did you see what he says? Let's
We-
play
hey,
Wheel of Fortune.
hey,
Famous
no,
author
no.
blank.
We're gonna send
Steven
John
Kin
Kyle.
blank.
John Kyle, send us your address. We're gonna send you a boogie box.
Yeah,
for
John
sure.
Kyle, send us.
I think his name
We have a
is-
thing on Patreon that if you donate $50, we'll send you a boogie box, and you've
That's
donated
true.
more than $50.
You
so
have
we're
indeed,
gonna-
just in the last
If
2
I-
days alone.
if I
So
say-
yeah,
We're gonna make
email
that
us
happen.
at thehorrorshow666 John, and we'll send you a little box.
If I say Stevie K, if I say, I mean, I can. There's
Go ahead,
various,
say it. No,
there's
he's
various-
paying for you to
various-
say
okay.
it. So
All right, salute, John.
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King. All right, thank you.
Stephen
Yep.
motherfucker
Hail!
King. Hail! Yes, I cannot wait for the year of 19. Everybody, it's gonna be. I just keep hoping we have an announcement for the long rumored additional Dark Tower story that
Cheers,
King,
Scott.
that King has had
Scott
just kind of
Robert.
ruminating in his mind.
Rayberg.
Yeah.
Rayberg. I want to say his name right. Happy New Year's. Out of town alone, drinking and
Yeah.
watching the stream with you guys.
As someone who
That's
loves
how we
horror,
do it,
yeah,
man.
It means so much
Hey,
to have a voice on YouTube.
We're
Join
with you,
us.
brother. You know what? Cheers to you.
Yeah,
Scott. We're with you, brother.
Indeed. This is one thing I have to say. I got that book from Garrett where he has a entry. It's about 20 pages or so, and it's like a post-apocalyptic collection, anthology kind of thing. I think if we all read it as opposed to just me reading it and talking about it, I think that would be really awesome.
For In the Tall Grass?
No, Garrett.
It's in the y'all
Garrett
grass.
Kirby.
Y'all.
Garrett.
We established that yesterday.
Yeah, Garrett Kirby is a published author, and he is a fan of not just Hale, but the show in general.
Oh, yeah, I would read his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think we should
Sorry,
do
I was half listening.
We should do a group review. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, no,
you
I'm
wouldn't be
down.
the first person to half listen to me. It's usually women.
True,
but-
fair enough. Well, the thing you wanted to talk about something in particular about Mad Monster that you did with Jason, right?
I did.
Which actually ties in with
I don't
all
know
of
if
us
Jason-
because David and I played a big part in making sure that was as cool
Yeah.
as it was.
Yeah, I don't know if Jason is still on, unfortunately, but
That's okay.
Regardless of whether he is or not, shout out to Sinister Cinema Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
He is as vigilant as us in some capacities, maybe more.
Oh
so.
no, he's watched way more horror movies this year than we
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
He's reviewed way more horror movies.
Well, shout out to Jason, obviously, and if you have,
We've still
not
done
sub-
over 700 episodes, but he's watched probably about 250 or 300 movies.
Oh, I know.
this year.
I get his little ding notifications
Mm-hmm.
purposefully because Jason's the shit. But so I finally got to sit down. I saw he started doing this coverage of Tales from the Crypt, and he was like, "I'm going to do an
the
episode
beast.
by episode review of Tales from the Crypt," and I was like, "Oh, I did that a few years ago. I would love to kind of." Just get corresponding opinions between somebody who has done the same thing, and I was commenting on every episode that he was doing, where he went, season by season, episode by episode, and then lo and behold, he's him still being in Arizona, which was cool. He came down from Sedona, and he's now in Phoenix, as Sandra was inquiring about. But yeah, so we got to have a meeting of the minds, to quote Bad Religion, one of my favorite bands, maybe my favorite band, and we did our 5 best and our 5 worst episodes of Tales from the Crypt, and the turnover was not as quick as I would have liked, which is my bad. But nonetheless, once we finally got it out there, the response was great, and
Well, it
even
turned into-
better,
well,
it
during the
turned into
recording.
something we did
During
not
the recording.
intend it to be,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was awesome.
Turned into the most star-studded
Well,
episode of the horror show
here's-
that
most
we've ever had.
most notably
I'm
for
gonna
the first
I'm
cameo.
gonna start this. I'm gonna start the story, and then you come in with the first
Okay.
cameo.
Yep.
So, plenty of people were in cosplay at Mad Monster.
I was like, what's the first? Oh yeah, I know the first cameo.
And,
Yes,
and
you know
I
the
had
first cameo.
and I had the camera.
The guy who wants to give us money.
Cecil,
He's famous.
Cecil had the camera just past the aisle of right in front of our booth, so that Jaime and Jason could be having their conversation with the mics. And we tried to stop traffic, but people kept walking through. And every once in a
Dave
while,
was particularly bad at it.
And God, that.
well, no, because every once in a while it was a costume person. I was like, yeah, go ahead, go.
And dude, the one that drove me crazy was, since it wasn't in plain sight, but the noise of the alien autopsy.
Oh yeah, right across the
beside
way.
us was
anyway-
arduous.
Anyway, so
God. Anyway.
then I started grabbing people from the cosplay thing and like letting them go through, and then Cecil will continue the story.
Well, no,
with our first
we
celebrity.
stopped, and then all of a sudden, like, Tom Savini walks through the frame, and just
And
he stops. Well, no, he stops and like starts talking to them, and then he's like, oh, they're filming, and then he like gets right up to the camera and like looks in it, which is the thumbnail.
Yeah, you could tell he like kind of cared, but didn't really.
No, he's like, oh, sorry, but then he like still proceeds to conduct business where he's like, I want to buy this prop. He wants to buy the Skinner Sweet Hands.
Yes.
From our sweet thing, but we do eventually want to make a new sweet short, so we can't
You
really
saw
sell
that
them.
She Rose was like, messaging us a
Gwen
couple weeks ago.
and
Both of them,
both of them want to do.
We have an idea for a big time
We have an idea
bar
for 3 of them,
fight
but
and all kinds of craziness. Anyway.
So anyway, Tom Savini just walks on and like says hi, and we fade up that microphone so we can hear what Tom says, and then he exits, and I'm like, well, at this point, the people that are dressed as people, let's just have them go through, and we'll make it the most cameo-rific episode of the horror show ever. So if you guys haven't seen that, seek the Tales from the Crypt. What was it? The
Best top 5 worst.
Top 5 best and
top
worst,
5 worst
of Tales from the Crypt, and you'll see, because we had Freddy walk through, we had Jason walk through, we had people from the Friday the 13th.
We had Ryuk.
People from the Friday the 13th video game. We had Papa and Son Pyramid Head walk through.
Yeah.
We had the Strangers walk through.
Did we have the little girl, or was that where
No, we
had
got the little girl with the Freddy head.
Yeah,
The TV head. No, we got her.
Mm.
We got the alien that had the thing that actually would launch the Minnie Mouth and everything. So that's a really good memory, and Mad Monster in and of itself. The other thing I wanted to bring up from Mad Monster that Dave reminded me of earlier was the fact that when we were just outside one day, I noticed off sitting by himself smoking a cigarette was Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah.
Just having a glass of wine towards the end of a Mad Monster day, and
he was chatting
with like 2 people.
Yeah.
But no one was sitting they were kneeling next to him, or just crouched next to him. And so I went and I sat across the table from him, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I was like, "Good, Mr. Hendrickson, thanks."
Super
I started talking to him, and he was in the right frame of mind. And I don't know how it came up, but we talked about aliens. We talked about a couple of other things, and where it ended up going is so funny. Yeah, please, thank you, Dave. It's over there by the window.
Dude, he was talking about Millennium. He was talking
about Millennium. But here's the thing: I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm by myself, and I text Fuego. Like, without looking at my phone, I text Fuego. I was still on the convention
floor with Jason, and you're like, "Get outside now!"
Yes, that's literally what I said. I was like, "Get out here now!"
It was all caps too.
And Fuego comes outside, and I like see him with the corner of my eye come out, like looking, and he looks over and he sees me. I'm like, just see what I'm doing. I didn't look over at him. I saw in the corner of my eye that he saw that I'm engaged with Lance Hendrickson.
And
he just kind of nonchalantly walks up, and I know, obviously, Bishop.
Yeah, well, I mean, Aliens and Clerks are my 2 favorite movies ever. And they're so different in tone, you can't really say either, but god damn.
But as we talk, we end up talking about his role in Piranha. And Piranha 2, The Spawning, the James Cameron one.
The movie that doesn't exist.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which he swore up and down, very jokingly,
he's saying, I had nothing to do with Piranha.
I don't even remember being in that movie.
I wasn't in that movie.
I was in that movie.
And then I was like, would you be willing to... He suggested he suggested, he's like,
Yeah.
we should do, because I told him, this is so funny.
yeah,
No,
'cause we said we wanted to
I
interview
said
him.
we should do an interview. He's like, you're the fucking press.
and that's where he kind of took a step back, and we're like, well, no, we're helping out.
He
with
did.
the...
He leaned in though. He's like, "You're the fucking press." I'm
thought
like,
that
"No,
was
no, no.
just
We're
shooting
just
the
covering.
shit."
We're just covering the event for Mad Monster." He's like, "Oh God." And so he relaxed a little bit.
I have to say, shout out to CP who just jumped on, because I could only
okay.
imagine
What up, CP?
how great a CP.
Come in time for name dropping, you fucker.
Of course, but dude, just based on his approach, CP interviewing somebody like Lance Henriksen, I think would be amazing.
It would be amazing, dude. CP to have on hand to interview people at Mad Monster
And that's
would be
not
great.
ass kissing, yo.
CP.
That's just like, dude, your vibe.
If
man.
you're available to come out to Arizona, bring Emily. You got a place to stay. If you do, come out and cover Mad Monster with us. Anyway, so he, after he finds out we're the press, he's like, you know what we should do?
Yeah.
He's like, you should interview me about being in Piranha, and I'll just glare at you. I was like, all right, we can do that.
And then, of course, we got into Near Dark and talking. Man, John is just good.
Michael, who's married to Tabitha King?
This is the most amusing running joke at this point that I've
John
seen
Kyle
in a while.
Stanton is my new favorite subscriber, not because he's donating, but just because he's willing to pay to stir the pot.
John Kyle Stanton, are you a member of Hail to Stephen King, the Facebook
He's
group?
going to turn British.
I don't think you are.
Before the end of this night.
Oh, man, that's hilarious. All right,
Well,
cheers.
Salud.
Who's married to Tabitha King, Fuego?
Married to Tabby for like
even-
40 plus years. My man, Stephen King.
You know what I love about Stephen King?
Father of Joe. Actually, I could just say the father.
Can I
of
name
Joe.
his dog?
I could say the father
Can I
of
name
Joe
his dog?
Hill, and then I could still get away with it.
I'm gonna name his dog. It's Molly, the Thing of Evil. I love.
Have you seen the tweets
Yeah.
about her? It is
Uh-huh.
the cutest shit ever, man. It makes
Little
me
corgi?
laugh. I purposefully retweet them every single
Oh,
time.
he doesn't have a Facebook. He says.
What's our
I
Gmail?
see. No, that's
Or
cool.
what's our Yahoo?
Well, dude,
It's it's the
on.
email us at the horror
I
show
want to
666,
send
John.
a Psy King care package.
So anyway, to continue the story, so the next day I go to Lance and I ask him, I'm like, so are you still willing to do the
This
interview?
was funny, and he was just like,
And he looks at me, he's like, you know,
I had a lot of wine.
he's like, I talked to my agent about that.
he had like 3 glasses while we were hanging
No,
out.
she
talking to him.
listen. So he's like, I talked to her. I told her about
Excuse
the
me.
idea, and she's like, was this a Chardonnay moment?
Yeah, and it certainly
he's like,
was.
Yes, it was. So she won't let me do that.
And she's like, we're not doing that.
But I
show
offered, because he was so awesome, I had to support him. He was there hawking his book, Not Bad for a Human.
Which I will
Yeah.
be reviewing.
Yes,
In
hopefully.
2019.
Hopefully so, yeah. He's
Well,
going
I'm
through.
about-
That's where
I'm
he's about
about
halfway
more
through.
than halfway through.
No, I want to, though.
Why not?
But the nicest thing, I asked him if he'd sign it for me, and he signed it. Hang on, let me get to the signature, the insignia here.
It's fucking
He
great.
signed it.
Yes,
He-
that's right. That's
he
right.
said, God damn it, I'm not in Piranha.
He was just disavowing himself through and through. It was the
He said,
funniest shit. Yeah, show them.
He said, damn it, I'm
you
not in
can't see
Piranha.
it.
God,
Yeah,
I'm not in
yeah.
Piranha. He wouldn't write God damn it. But he said, God, I'm not in Piranha. Ha.
Yeah.
What is that?
He's in
Ha's right.
James.
Ha is
Cam-
right. Yeah, Ha is right.
He's in James Cameron's Piranha. By the way.
So he is in James Cameron's Piranha too, The Spawning.
The spawning. Oh, it's such.
So yes, that
And let me
was a
just say-
fantastic story from 2019
Let me just
or
say,
2018.
I'm more than halfway through this book.
Is it
and,
compelling?
It's a really good book.
He's been in so much genre work.
Well,
dude.
not
It's
just that, but like
crazy.
his life story is really interesting. It's not what modern kids are used to.
Did he have somebody
So he would,
co-write
like-
it with him, or
I think he did have Joseph Madry.
okay,
Madray.
Yeah,
But
it's
he
like
was
almost where you give your-
illiterate and for most of his life, and spent a lot of his life, like 10 or 15 years, hitchhiking across America. And there's all
That's
these really
cool.
interesting stories of like how he realized very early on that a connection to the arts was what his passion was. And so it's a really interesting book. I hope to bring the review sometime in 2019 for you guys.
Yeah,
and then
that'd
you
be
guys
great.
Can go out and
Honestly,
check it out.
Dave, one of my favorite, and this is just a really quick chime in. One of my favorite things that I did this year on the horror show was you and I going back and covering those Crichton Jurassic books.
Oh, yeah.
You know, both Lost World and the original Jurassic. And I had people jumping on Hail to Stephen King and saying, I didn't even realize there was a Lost World book.
Yeah.
And it's so different and blah, blah, blah. And yet the fact that, you know, both of us gave that impression and everything. And I know he is one of your absolute favorite... I'm looking... Oh, wow, 45. Cool. He is an awesome author, and he is a guy that I've really wanted to properly explore everything from Andromeda.
Hail to Michael Crichton from Producer Dave coming in 2020.
But
There you go.
But in 2019, I'm honestly thinking that...
And
maybe-
he's not writing anymore, so
Yeah,
really,
well,
we could
he's passed away.
we could do
you know,
25 books
unfortunately.
and be done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Limited series.
But in that regard, it's like I have been even thinking for in Fuegotainment, you know, because you know he has Shut Up, I Like It, and you know I'm trying to relaunch in Fuegotainment, and especially if we're scaling back to one episode a day, the division of content is going to be really tough, and if it's not horror centric. Crichton stuff, not predominantly horror centric, and you know,
That'd be a good place for that.
I
I've
would
never read
definitely
Rising
do
Sun.
a Hail
I've-
to Michael Crichton on Infotainment.
I don't even know if I would call it
That's
Hail.
interesting.
I would have to call it something different, obviously. But I've wanted to read
Oh,
Andromeda.
are we
I would
No.
We're gonna do this now on Infotainment?
no.
well,
because no, the Hot
that's
Zone
the
is
The
horror-ish.
thing is, yeah, Michael.
Jurassic Park
I
is
think
horror-ish,
every
Congo
single
is
one of
horror-ish.
No. I was
I
just
think
thinking-
every single one of
It
Michael
would be a good thing to
Crichton's.
divide between the two channels, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depending upon the tone of the work, I think would
Yeah.
All
really
of
make
Michael
sense.
Crichton's are sci-fi horror. All of them.
Okay, well then never mind for
I
me
would
trying to
I would consider him.
subjugate.
But
that
I
sort
would
of
say
concept.
I would definitely because
But I
he's
want
one
to
of my
read
favorite
more of his
authors.
shit, man,
yeah,
because
he's
I-
one of my favorite authors.
rediscovering Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Both of those are
that's
so well written and
LMB
really,
Media,
really good.
a horror show, are bringing sexy back in 2019. Well, I hope to. I hope to lose about 50 pounds next year if I can. That's a goal of mine. But Fuego's already brought his sexy back. He's lost himself like 30 pounds this year. right?
Almost 30, yeah. I tried my damnedest. I was just sad and, you know, eating crap and too
Yeah,
many
I
IPAs.
know how that feels.
30
Too many
pounds.
IPAs, you know. I'm almost.
I know.
there.
I didn't think he had 30 pounds to lose, but he's somehow managed to do
Yeah,
it.
I'm back to.
What's
like,
that
I'm
meme
back to
for
160
not
something.
quite believing that?
Well, no, this
No,
man
it's
can.
true.
This man
It's
can
true.
attest to before a few news filmings where he was like, "Get a little swole there, Brian."
I didn't say
and I
that.
was
It looked like your
"You said
chest was
swole."
getting
And-
bigger,
And I was
yeah.
like, "No, I'm just gaining weight, dude." You know, I mean, but
It's a good place
you
to
know,
gain it rather than your stomach. Or
Yeah,
your
but
chest.
but a good woman will get you motivated to just be your best. So.
True. Okay, so any other... Dave, did you have anything else? One thing that I
I have a
was
lot of
really-
other
Sphere
I have
is
a lot
great.
of other things.
Sphere is great.
Yeah,
Well-
Sphere is great. I haven't read Sphere. I haven't read Andromeda.
Congratulations,
I haven't read...
Ben. Lost 40 since August. Damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
Scott, you
Hey,
gained
Scott.
50 pounds this year.
Scott.
Hey, I gained
We're with you, buddy.
25 back in the last 3 months, which is why I'm
Yeah.
really bummed. So those trips did not help.
I had the
No.
funniest thing where somebody
This
was
trip's
looking.
to Jack in the Box, you mean?
somebody
Not
was
to
looking.
California.
Fair enough.
Somebody was looking at an
That's
old
very mean, but
Hail
fair
to
enough.
Stephen King review, and it was like Dark Tower Book 3, and I was dressed
Yeah.
with the
I
jean
lost a
jacket
ton
and stuff,
all in the crotch.
and I was like
Womp
trying
womp.
to
I
trying
don't
my.
know why you have to go to your Italian stereotypes at the end of your jokes.
Wah,
Will.
wah.
Will, I say Will. Will Escridia is what I'm going for, and yet I still
CP,
said
CP.
Will. Like it's not CP. Good lord.
Yeah,
Love
no,
the CP.
No, man, it was funny though because for Dark Tower Book 3, when I was dressed up like Flag, I was, somebody mentioned they're like, gain 20 pounds and you could be fucking blah blah, and I was like, man, I just did my damnedest to lose that weight as opposed to
Well,
because,
gain it in muscles. I'm sure what they were talking about.
yeah,
though.
maybe who knows.
But Dave, one of the things that I really wanted to mention is
If you're
maybe
mentioning
the
Dave,
single
I will be right back.
the single episode I might be most proud of this entire year because of how much work it took on your part first off, but it took some work on my part too, doing the voiceover and
of course.
scanning in all the pages and
No,
doing that stuff.
everything that we collaborate and basically work really hard on, it's a huge.
But this one
effort.
was mostly you. This was probably 100 hours of editing or more in on this video alone.
I would say at least 100 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the one we're talking about is one that unfortunately didn't even do as well as we were hoping, but we knew that would be the case.
The
but
right people saw it.
the right people saw it. But guys, if you didn't know, we did an episode where we basically did a motion comic presentation of the current series of Venom. issue number 4, which was the origin of the symbiote species, as well as the origin of the biggest bad guy in Venom history. And
Before the Venom movie came out.
before the Venom movie came
Right.
out as well, yeah.
So we were hoping
So-
that people would watch it being like, oh, where does the Venom symbiote come
And just
from?
it never caught on, but it's a half hour long, and it's me doing a dramatic reading, and
awesome.
we
Which,
alter.
if you like the dramatic readings that we've done
Yes.
before,
That's
There's a
actually
double
is another thing that
down,
we
yeah.
list with that we did. I had down something else we started this year was Startling Storytime.
Yeah, so more
which
about
was
new
where
content.
which was where I read you guys at least the first couple of parts. I think we did 3 parts, maybe 2.
I think you did.
I think I did 3 parts.
Did we never finish it?
No, we didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it.
No,
and-
because we took
and
the green
that's-
screen down.
Okay.
Well,
So
and-
we need to finish that this year.
And that's also where I really wanted to do readings of these hard to find Stephen King short stories
You
that are
can.
not in print. I just worried about, copyright and, whatever people might go
Well,
after us, whatever the hell. Because I have a few Stephen King
Nothing's
short
happened
stories.
with what I've done. So
Yeah.
I'll
And
finish.
that's for a
I'll
big
finish that.
property like that too.
I'll finish
you know?
that, and yeah, because it's what I was reading, the Hellbound Heart. If you guys didn't know, so basically, what I would do is I would read in front of a green screen. We'd put a cool background behind, and it was story time. It was what I called startling story time, where I was reading to the audience, and you could listen to it as a podcast, or you could watch it with the cool effects. And we would do an alteration. I would do the voices, and including the female voices.
Yeah, I remember.
And then when I
As
did
we
the
discovered-
Cenobite voices, Dave went in the edit and did some alterations to make them sound very otherworldly.
And didn't we
And
find
it was a
out-
lot of fun.
And then we find out Pinhead was in fact a female.
Pinhead was, in fact, a female in the original Hellbound Heart material, yes.
Interesting.
But yeah, so those are on the channel, those first 3 episodes. I do intend to go back to
the
those,
Venom.
but the Venom thing is the biggest thing because Dave managed, I scanned in all 20 or 21 pages of the Venom number 4 comic book, and then Dave, without having it broken down via Laird for Photoshop, he went in and animated the actual pages and made things move and made it look pretty, and then went in and added a beautiful sound design and sound mix for it as well, with alien effects and space effects. And then all he did was enhance sort of the vocals that I laid out, and he timed out. He had to go to this painstaking task of timing out his
Dave walks away.
animations. He had to time out his animations to my voiceover. Can you imagine how frustrating that must have been? Like, that's why it
he's
took
going
him
and getting another
hundreds
drink
of
right
hours.
now.
And please pour me a shot while you're in there, and bring my mixer or my chaser. But it is so good. You need to hear the Cenobite voice. Yeah, Haley, it was awesome. Go watch the
Yeah,
first
it's on
episode of
there.
Startling Storytime. That is the first time the Cenobites didn't actually appear in episodes 2 or 3, but they return in episode 4. So the next one I record, they'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sandra, you're right. Dave is awesome. Without Dave, this show wouldn't be a thing. So, but Venom specifically, it was Venom number 4, the origin of the symbiote species. You can search for it, Venom reading whatever the horror show, and you'll find it. And it's so good. I wish more people watched it. So, Fuego, what else? What else is something you wanted to bring up?
Like jump on and double check everything else that I mentioned. I mentioned Jurassic Park. I mentioned, a big one for me.
Thank you.
And this is one of the. It's honestly one of the biggest times where I feel official. Like we have made it. We haven't made it, as far as making like tons of money from this channel or anything like that. But as far as like press recognition, notoriety, and respect, there was some initial uncertainty at the beginning of the year that we were going to be official press for the Phoenix Film Festival's horror and science fiction branch. And, we had done lots of screenings with Allied and stuff in like the couple of years before, in all honesty. And then they approved us about a week or so before the festival was actually about to start. The Phoenix Film Festival and the International Horror Sci-Fi Film Festival, and just shout-outs to Jason and Monty and the entire team behind the organization of that. They have done their damnedest to make it as prolific as any film festival in the entire country, if not the world, hence the international tagline. Monty is a buddy of mine going all the way back to grade school, but that's
Monty turned me on to one of my top 10 horror movies of the year just
which
2
is the
days
Japanese
ago.
one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he was...
One Cut of the Dead is one
Yeah.
of my top 10, for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't get the chance to watch it. I almost watched it, like, in the hour when I was running home and not even, like,
I'll put it on for you tomorrow morning before we record it if
Maybe
you want,
we
bro.
should,
Like,
man.
honestly, it's
I
worth
would be that
looking
curious. Yeah, there was that. And
Dave needs to watch it too.
There was that and Hold the Dark were really the only ones that I was just really,
Hold the Dark doesn't contend,
really
so don't worry about
disappointed
that. Hold the Dark doesn't contend.
But nonetheless, the Phoenix Film Festival and its genre branch, which is IHSFF, is amazing and always great. And they have a couple entries that are in my best of the year that are going to show up. Low Life is one where it just was too crime drama, but aside from that, I mean, dude, The Heretics, which I'm
I didn't get to see that one, yeah.
So sad you still haven't seen. That's in my top list. That's a very small Canadian independent horror movie about a girl kidnapped by a cult, escapes, gets back to her family, gets kidnapped back again, and there's a weird transformation of crazy that they set into motion once they capture her again without divulging anything. It's so fucking good. And the practical's gross, and the performances are so good. I love The Heretics. And what else? I mean, Summer of '84. The list goes on and on. So this is just an instance where I have to say, shout out to our local fans, friends, and everybody involved with the programming of that process, with that festival. We would be nothing without our local supporters, even if we have seen so much international growth, so much growth across the United States and stuff like that. But holy shit, man, we owe the most to the film festival that is closest to where we spend the predominance of our time. So yes, watch The Heretics if you can find it on. I'm not sure if it's on VOD or I don't even know if it got a home release, but when that girl starts to transform, man, it's messed up. Anyway.
So let's round this out in the next 10 minutes. That way we'll do the first hour on our memories of 2018, and then the next part we can talk about changes in the channel.
So are we going to jump on for the hangout thing that Dave was saying? Or
No, we'll just continue the discussion.
Okay, cool.
So Dave, is there anything else that you want to bring up from 2018? Or did you actually get to talk enough about what editing the Venom episode was like and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun doing that, but it was... it's just like with doing the logos. It's a lot of tedious Photoshop work and then taking it into After Effects and moving it around. So it's just... a lot of work, and you hope that people will enjoy it. It's not...
Well, everyone that watched it enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Including Vince DeSanti, the guy that gave us that Never Hike Alone Blu-ray that did the movie. He was a big fan, and he asked me if we'd ever be down to do something for Agent Venom, because he wants to do an Agent Venom short film. Oh, that I don't know if I'm spoiling something.
And that's the guy that works on The Rookie. The Nathan Fillion film. He works on an ABC show and then he spends the rest of his time trying to make.
But he watched the whole episode, and he was texting me throughout it. He's like, "This is really awesome. You guys did really good work on this."
Yeah, as he drove back, he was praising the fuck out of what you guys did with it, man.
Yeah, and that guy knows what he's doing. So that guy's got a future in that head.
Talking about spending all that time with Fillion, and we were geeking
out.
No,
I think the main thing about 2018 that I took away is that. I would love for us to get back to a little bit more of our comedy quality content.
Yeah.
And we, one of the ways that we grew was by having content out so long. Maybe this can transition us back into something else. But I mean, as far as 2018 goes, we had a couple great trips. We had a couple of great collaborations.
Collaborations. You're right. That's another thing we need to bring up. Well, that's something we were going to talk about a little bit more in the show changes, but some of the things that we did, we got to do, and we interviewed Lee McCoy from Drum Dums. We interviewed Cody Leach from his channel. We interviewed CP from Will I Like It Reviews.
And we did some cross-promotional kind of like live stream hangout.
Yeah, that's true. I did a review with Luke
and...
from Confused Reviews. We actually also took part in January in the Oscars. That was one of the things we did this year. That was a lot of fun.
And
Absolutely.
also, when was the Creepy Crawl?
The Creepy Channel Crawl was, I think, in April or something. Yeah,
with like Gory and Danny. Shout out to Gory and Danny.
Yeah, shout out to the horror addicts. We don't see them around very often anymore. It's kind of weird.
They're just busy.
They're just really busy with their lives.
They also have the Gory Hole, which is their Facebook group that I'm an admin on, and I think you are too, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay. People don't like me as much as you, Fuego. You know that.
Oh, whatever.
Thanks for the awkward pause.
So let's see. What else? Patreon. We launched our Patreon this year.
This was the big thing I thought we really needed to mention. Because
Absolutely.
We did so many amazing Patreon commentary tracks this year.
Yeah, Patreon keyed us in on a lot of movies that we hadn't seen that are really magic. I mean, specifically Magic is one. Magic is a really good movie that I would never have watched if it wasn't for Patreon. Alice, Sweet Alice was good. I wouldn't have watched.
It was good.
A Serbian film is definitely one I wouldn't have watched, but I'm actually glad I watched it.
I can't believe I respect that movie as much as I do. I can't say that I loved it, but it is well made, and it's nicely put together. Well, I don't know if I would say nicely put together.
It's a well put together movie. It's a well-made movie.
I thought it was going to be low budget trash, and it's not.
And
it's
then
slick as fuck.
We finally did coverage of the first Elm Street movie, my favorite horror series of all time, Nightmare on Elm Street, and we had the amazing Robert Price come by and do his Freddy cosplay, and so he was
on point
part of the commentary and the review, and he was talking
and
as though he was Freddy from the making of the movie and stuff like that.
He was in character, and damn was it fun.
It was a lot of fun.
So
good. Lot of fun. I really
shout
dug
out to
that.
Robert. He's been, dude, I've been acquainted with him since I first met you at the first Mad Monster here. Yep. He was walking around.
He was one of our first.
He was walking around with Jason.
Interviews.
Yeah, he was walking around with Jason that day, and then they were like, "There's a very funny photo."
Mad Monster 2014. You can see our interview with Robert way back then, 3 years before we knew who Robert was.
Yeah, that's where Cecil and I became friends, and now Robert is working for Channel 10 as like the main daytime producer for the morning show and stuff. And he still loves horror, and he likes us.
He's supposed to be reviewing the Gamera movies with me. Once I finally get him nail a time down, he's like, just let me know when, and we're going to review the Gamera movies. So
one thing that we have continued to figure out is that everybody who is into what we cover, they all have other similar creative jobs, and I mean, all of us do, to a degree. And
LMB Media is making me feel so nice.
Huh?
Saying sexy can gain and lose weight, but you can gain and lose weight, but sexy stays. Yeah, that's really nice.
Bringing sexy back.
We're all sexy on the inside.
We're all sexy on the inside. We're all sexy on the outside to someone.
Well, you know what they say about
we're all sexy on the outside to someone.
They're all pink on the inside.
Whoa.
South Park quote. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Patreon is an amazing thing, and I will say that there's going to be a refocus on Patreon going forward, because that is one of the big changes we're going to be talking about in 2019 for the channel. Those of you that are taking part in our Patreon, and I'm going to change it so that even those of you that only can afford to pay $1 can go on and pay $1, and you'll still be able to watch all the Patreon content. But
as it should be,
for the time being, what I'm going to try, likely starting in February, and this will maybe be a good bridge into what we're planning on doing. But in February,
6-year anniversary.
February is going to be the beginning of our 6th year, the beginning of our 6th season. 5-year anniversary. But what we're going to end up doing is the extra content. Anything over the 1 episode a day is going to be released on Patreon. So if you are a big fan of the horror show and you like the 2 episodes a day, you can pay $1 a month, and it'll get you the ability to watch those extra episodes. I don't want to do it that way, but YouTube, I think, is punishing us for our 2 episode a day model.
Just tell them I'm forcing you to do it. Producer Dave is coming in and saying, "Hey,
you got to make a change or else."
Charging the audience.
We have to give you a big cigar, and you walk in, and you're like, "Yo, we have a big problem."
Nothing's free in life.
Jax B the Ripper, everyone's sexy, brother. Everyone's sexy.
That's a chick, and she's pretty awesome. Jax the Ripper, what up?
So
Cecil's
that's
like, huh?
that's the first of the changes. I think this is as good a time as any to kind of go.
Well,
into...
that way we're not overloading the people who don't want two episodes a day.
Yeah,
and
which
the
is
people
what-
who do can have access to it. And
Well, we have people like CP who was like, "You're
it also
clogging up my
gives us
feed."
Yeah, CP.
We love you, CP.
Look, it also gives us incentive to keep making 2 episodes a day because it's quite the effort on not only Cecil's part, but when we want to make more quality episodes, it takes a lot of effort from everybody involved.
Well,
So,
and it's
you
not
know.
even just the biggest like quality thing. It's the fact that the horror realm has grown so flippin' much. Whether it's indie stuff, whether it's streaming service shows, whether it's whatever. I mean, and to cover everything with 1 episode a day, there's no way. No way whatsoever,
we
man.
can't.
And so for that,
So if we want to
there's-
keep covering everything, we have to still keep the 2 episode a day model and only move some of them over to the Patreon. Otherwise, we're going to have to start picking and choosing what content you guys actually get.
Yeah, which if you want comprehensive coverage, there's no way possible for that to transpire.
Yeah.
I mean,
But ultimately,
donuts, you know?
ultimately, it will all end up on YouTube. So
Well, eventually, yeah.
The link to the Patreon is down in the comments below, guys. If you are so inclined, this is not us trying to say you need to do it, but maybe you're one of those people that'll prefer the feed with only 1 episode a day. But who knows what you're gonna miss? Who knows what you're gonna miss over on Patreon? But it's time to start rewarding those that have been supporting the channel more directly via Patreon.
And we have some super supporters too, and for only
Indeed.
$1 a month, I don't really want to say that that's asking a lot. I mean, who knows?
We've
But,
got over 24,000 subscribers. If we could get half of those people to subscribe at $1 a month, we'd be able to do this all day, every day.
yeah,
$12,000 a month? Are you
Day.
kidding me?
Yeah.
That could take care of all of us.
That would, yeah. And that is the biggest thing. We all do still have day jobs, and yet this is...
So if half our audience could do $1 a day, we'd be like, we wouldn't have to work other jobs.
But we are still here for you in every
$1
capacity.
a month,
on the
not
freeway.
$1 a day. $1 a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Anyway.
On
sorry,
the
I had a little
freeway.
orgasm in my pants. I
I
was $1 a day.
Yeah, you
half
were
our
just like,
audience. I was just like, yeah.
You were
No,
like,
$1 a
yes.
month. Dude, $1 a month.
This can't happen.
Half our audience at $1 a month would be $12,000 a month, and then
myself.
I could pay you a salary. I could pay you a salary. I could pay me a salary. I
Y'all
could pay
get
Marsha a salary.
salaries.
Yeah.
Pay Susie a salary. But
And actually, we would see a lot more of Susie if we were there. So-
yes, we did see that Jack Black started
Yeah.
Jablonski, his own
Hey,
YouTube channel.
just-
he
Okay,
got
well,
he got
well,
a
you know
million
what- and you know what?
subscribers in a week.
Can I just
And you
say
know what?
something,
I'm gonna say-
celebrities? Get the fuck off YouTube! You are a celebrity. You got Instagram.
He got a
and
million
You
subscribers
got
in a
plenty
week.
of other platforms.
All right, relax.
Yeah, and I've heard about Will Smith and all of his subscriber
Well, of
patrons
course,
and
yeah.
so on, which makes sense, man. Where he's like jumping out of planes and all this other shit. Speaking of Jack Black, you guys will see in my best of the year. I was shocked how much I
Wow,
loved
that's gonna make it to your best of.
It's 10.
Interesting.
It's 10.
Okay.
I love that movie.
I'm glad to talk about
so much fun.
We need to do an actual review
I
of
had
it.
so much fun with
We
that movie.
Fuego
dude.
have like Fuego
That
and I
made-
have like 20 movies we have to review.
That movie made me so happy. The House with the Clock in Its Walls made me happy.
Dude, I must
it
have
was
watched
like-
25 movies in the last month.
Yeah.
From 2018.
You and I were both just very...
Seriously, it was so many.
Cecil and I are ambitiously trying to get to the end of the year, which
That
is
bear,
only
that
a
is
few, which
that's
is only a
Horrific
few hours
Harry.
away.
For those of you that didn't know,
Yeah.
that's our mascot, Horrific Harry, made by the amazing Jeremy Spicer, aka the Toy Maker, of
Shout out
of
to him.
Germ Spider Studios.
Shout out for
Or
what?
Germ Spider Designs. Sorry, Germ Spider Designs. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other changes that are coming.
Yeah, I
in
was gonna say. So since
So,
we're at
2019.
we're at the 1 hour crossover.
1 hour
Also-
crossover.
Also,
So-
Jax the Ripper. What is your favorite metal album of 2018?
Thank you, Mr. What is his name now? Mr.
Oh, Chop Block.
Yeah, no, it's Chop
Chop
Block. What's his new name?
Carnage
Mr.
something?
Mr. Carnage.
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Carnage. Thank you, Mr. Carnage. Okay. So anyway, yes, we will likely in January we're going to continue the 2 episodes a day throughout the rest of January. But then when February starts, at some point in February, we're going to change over to 1 episode a day. That is also when Fuego will be going to 1 hail a week. Yes. Well, I mean, if you want to do 2, we can make 1 Patreon only.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You make that call, bro.
Patreon first. And all
Well,
the
no,
content's
Hail is part of our channel. Hail is part of our channel. So if you want to do 1, 2, that's fine. But they got to subscribe. And hey, the Hail audience is one of the most loyal parts of the horror show audience. If they're not willing to pay $1 a month to see 4 extra episodes of Hail, what are you going to do? True. You know, that's 25 cents an episode. 25 cents an episode.
Okay, Stacy Liller says, I'll be a patron. You've made it so much
man, that's awesome, Stacy. Thank you so much.
We love you. Thank you so much.
That kind of comment's amazing.
Support. You know, if I recall, Stacy was like, she watched the review of The Fireman that I did, and she said, you know, I heard a lot of people shitting on this book, and I watched your review. I love The Fireman. You know, Cody, which is... it was a different Cody. We know so many Codys at this point. He hated just as hard as so many other people because there's seriously Harry Potter references galore. There's Mary Poppins references galore. And yet I am one of those people who makes constant pop culture references in my everyday life. And I'm like, oh, I'm encountering this, blah, blah, blah. This favorite movie of mine gives me directive and like distinctive perspective in this situation. So... sorry, Cody, who is a very negative Nancy. You're entitled to your opinion about hating The Fireman, but everybody, I love The Fireman by Joe Hill, and it might even be more so than Nosferatu. I love The Fireman.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And so check out that review if you guys get the chance. Most recent, Hail to the Hill.
Hail to the Hill. Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to do, also one thing that we're going to do possibly after this stream, because I think Fuego and I will be in a good mind, there's going to be a new Doom game coming out in 2019. Doom Eternal is coming out, and I just picked up the Doom 3 collection that actually has Doom 1 and 2 on it. So I believe if I can convince Fuego, we might start doing recorded Let's Plays.
It's like an updated graphics with
No, it's not updated graphics of 1 and 2. It's the original graphics, but it's 1 and 2 that we can do a Let's Play of.
Oh, does it have the Ultimate Doom Unreleased Chapter 3?
I don't know. We'll have to check and find out.
Okay.
But there's 8 lost levels from Doom 3 that weren't in the original game that we can play through.
3?
It has Doom 3. It's the Ultimate Doom 3 game. But it just it came with Doom 1 and 2 on it.
Oh, okay. So those are the little bonus features.
Exactly.
Hell on Earth and I play those.
So what I'm saying is we're going to record Let's Plays of some Doom games afterwards. So we're going to be presenting Doom Let's Plays throughout the year, leading up to the new Doom release. I'm also going to be releasing. I've had it in the can for about 3 months now, but the final episode of the Wolfenstein Let's Play is ready to go. The 10th episode of that, so that'll be coming. One other thing we're going to do is, as much as this is a bummer for some of you guys, we are going to be doing less trailer reactions in 2019. We are going to be doing the big trailer reactions and then requested trailer reactions.
Yeah.
We're not going to just go through and write down all the trailers that come out every week and try and do as many as possible like I have been.
And that's
because so many of them end up being wastes of time that only get like 120 views, 150 views, and that's just a waste of everyone's time. Some of those end up being movies that people are like, yay, I would never have known about this if it wasn't for you. And to those of you guys, I apologize. But some of these changes that we're making in 2019 are going to be for the betterment of the channel.
Yeah.
We do have to consider that we want to grow the channel as fast as some of our contemporaries are growing. And the 2 episodes a day, some episodes being very not watched by a lot of people, we have to try and mitigate those issues. We have to try and focus on the episodes that you guys watch and not the episodes that you don't. So I might be doing less comic book reviews. I'll probably continue to do the branded comic book reviews, but you will not be seeing a lot of independent comic book reviews for a little while until we gain that traction. But, you know, I do have the Nightmare on Elm Street books to do, the Chucky books to do, the Jason books to do. So those will be coming. But, yeah, a lot of the other ones I'm going to have to skip. We just have to start doing what's in the best interest of growing the channel, because we don't, you know, we're growing, but we're growing very, very slowly.
Yeah.
And we want to try and change that, because we want to be able to, if we can do this as a living, we can focus on making really high quality content rather than just putting together as much as we can, as quickly as we can, because there's so much we want to talk about, but we just don't put as much time into it. If we don't have day jobs, if we can do this instead, then that's a different situation. You know what I mean? So Willis Greedy, so this is perfect example. CP says, preach. I poured 9 hours of editing into episodes of a countdown, which total a combined 400 views right now. Sigh. So I'm watching all of his, I actually have watched all 3 of his episodes so far. He did 196, 95 to 90, and then 89 to 80, I believe. Or no, 89 to 80. So he's done 3 episodes, and it is some work, man. I see what your work is, but sometimes you just don't see the views, and so we have to try and make those changes. And
let me just say this. One of the reasons why I was always encouraged by YouTube is I saw a guy give a speech at a convention. I saw a guy give a speech at a convention once where he talked about YouTube views. And some kid got up and said, I only get 13 views on all my videos. And he's like,
Thank you, Daniel.
He's like, you get 50, or he's like, I got 50 views on my videos. That's not a lot. And the YouTuber, who was someone who's getting a couple 100,000 views per video, said, hey, look, imagine there's a room of 50 people watching if you had a theater full of 50 people watching your little video, that's what it is. It doesn't matter how many people see it. It's that somebody sees it. And ultimately, 100
that makes
views
me feel so good.
Sucks when you work really hard on something, but it's still 100 views.
A room of 100 people
somebody
watching.
Got to see it.
Yeah. And honestly,
so
that makes me feel good. And the biggest
major
comparison, I think,
perspective,
because of that is Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
That is now an 8,000...
Will is like... CP is like, oh, Dave.
When we were going, it was a 5,000-seater room.
Right.
Now it's 8,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And we now technically have an audience of 3 Hall H's.
Right.
Like, think about that.
For the possibility,
yes. The possibility, yes. But think about the fact that our us reaction that we just did remotely on a whim. That's 1.5 of those rooms.
Yeah.
Sat down and watched our reaction. That is a lot of people that sat down and watched our content.
Yeah, and that's
where we just literally reacted to something that we loved watching anyway.
Yeah,
like,
I
love this. If I could do this as my job, my life would be so complete.
And
not even complete,
let's be honest,
I wouldn't be working.
Well, let's be honest. We haven't ever clickbait. We're not a
but I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it.
I've been trying.
I am getting into it. I'm getting into it.
But not because the people
I'm going to do 5 a month. I love you guys that all say you're going to contribute. The link is in the description box. I love you if you do. There's going to be big changes in 2019, and we're not going to shortchange the patrons.
Dave will take care of you, if you know what I mean.
I was like Emilio. I really like that screen name for some reason. I'm like, first off, which Emilio? Second, like, why aren't you like Emilio anymore? And so, like, I have so many questions. Francisco, Zombie Walk 2019. Speaking of Zombie Walk, everybody at once. Hey, this is the view some nights, CP. So one of the things that we actually did this past year that Andrew and I did that I forgot to bring up
New Year.
Was Z-Town.
Oh yeah, it just turned Happy New Year for some people.
Oh yeah,
11 minutes ago. Right?
No, because
not in North America.
We're mountain, yeah.
Canadians on the far East Coast.
No, I don't think so. I think they're still on.
So Z-Town.
I think they're on New York.
Z-Town is the live zombie Nerf fighting game. Where Andrew and we actually have 2 episodes, one of which showed us doing footage while we were fighting, and it shows Andrew and I in combat.
Yeah.
So look for
I had a lot of fun editing that.
Yeah, Dave, another vlog that Dave edited. The Z-Town vlog.
That's why I wanted to make sure you guys talked about it.
Yeah, so Z-Town, we need to do Z-Town again. Oh, boy. So that's another thing. Backflyer Killer. Hey, guys, what's up? Where the Titanic sank is enjoying 2019? I don't get it, CP.
He's been drinking.
I don't get it. Yeah, maybe because I've been drinking. All right, so Another thing we want to do.
wait,
Actually, it's funny
News
that
with
CP
Booze
is here.
Wait, can I just say something? You guys did a full year of News with Booze. And
We did. Oh, that's another big
as-
change.
The whole freeze. We were going to
as
talk about
producer
that.
Dave, I always like to tell you guys after you guys do a live News with Booze, great show and everything like that.
Okay, so it's New Year's where the Titanic sank, is what CP
Oh,
is saying.
oh, I see
Great.
what he's.
Okay.
I see
All
what
right.
he's
In the middle of the
implying,
Atlantic
this
fucking
handsome
ocean.
man.
Awesome.
My point being is that one of the things that we love doing is interacting with our community, and the News with Booze seems to be the vehicle that you guys have interacted with the community for the most part.
The News
Although-
with Booze was the most
although
regular
we were-
500 plus viewer episode.
Yeah. Although we were
So thank
talking
you
about
all.
the fact that, give us some impressions here because of the fact that Cecil and I were going to inquire about this. Would you rather have more of like an all-encompassing stream with like Marsha, with Dave, with whoever else may be
Listen,
there that
let
day?
me just be
No, I
clear
don't
about
ask that.
something. I have
Well, no,
always
that's
said
what we're
put
gonna
more
do. That's
chicks
what we're gonna do.
on the
Well,
show.
we talked we were going to ask about that.
Well, more chicks on the show.
One of the things I'm going to do
More boobs.
is... All right, Dave. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to test out the old news format. For at least an episode or two.
Which we're talking old, like when,
Old, like
when
the
we
very
were still
first time.
Kings of
Most
horror.
of you guys haven't seen how we did the news originally, which
I'm
was
still-
very nightly news.
I
We did
still-
it straight up Matt Lauer nightly news
Yeah,
style.
I still want so very badly, and he gives me shit all the time. He's like, "Hey, you told me about the idea. Take it upon yourself and actually do a super edit of the best moments from the original Kings
do
of
it,
Horror."
'cause I don't have the
remember,
time.
remember, we did 31 episodes with them.
We did a
And
lot,
we
and
had
my
some
Mewtwo
fun-
joke is still hilarious.
We had some
my
funny
Pokemon
ones.
dead body joke.
We had some.
Well, tell
A girl
me,
that was
'cause
playing
Dave doesn't watch all the
It
episodes.
was a girl that was playing Pokemon Go, found a dead body.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And so I delivered the news story because we buttoned every news story with a joke.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, and even worse, no word on whether she found her Mewtwo. And I cut to a picture of a dead body with a little Mewtwo standing on it, going like this.
And then the one that I always think back to where I'm like talking about Hush, and I'm like, everybody seemed to love the movie Hush except for our co-host Marsha Parker.
Yeah.
And you start laughing after I say it, and we cut to you on the single shot. Oh, it's so funny.
So we're going to go back. We're going to try the nightly news style again. I have a feeling it's going to do quite well,
I
honestly,
think so
at this
too,
point.
especially when you sent me that photo and you're like, "Oh, look who else is jumping on the."
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing,
The
one of the things we
horror
might
The
be
in
weekly
ties, yeah.
news wagon with the ties. I was
Yeah.
like, God damn it! Now
We've
gotta,
been doing that shit
gotta-
for years.
We got to
Oh,
step
hold
our
up,
shit
though.
back up, though.
Love
Can I-
News of Blue. Blue, I have to give such a shout out to Blue. Blue, are we gonna get a announcement from King that maybe that?
Oh, God damn it.
God
It's
damn
the-
it, Fuego!
No, it's fine.
said
It's fine.
King.
It's, you said it. You
King.
said it. It's
okay,
a thing.
so there was a new thing about
Blue, in
anytime-
case you didn't know, we have a thing where in case Fuego ever mentions Psy King, we have to drink now. So
Yes,
just
which
because
is-
you're here now, we're
No,
in trouble.
it's fine. But boy, am I hopeful that we get an announcement at the the Toronto book tour when he was doing Sleeping Beauties last year, where he was like, "Yeah, I have that other Dark Tower idea. It's the year of 19, for God's sake." Does Chiz have some little rumblings you could give us the slightest hint about? Cemetery Dance, represent. Give them your money. They are amazing.
I'm
still waiting
fruit
on
to
that.
get drunk. Hey guys, CP's saying the mention of Stephen King isn't hard enough for us to make that a drinking game.
Whatever. Yeah. Blue, as I said yesterday, man, my most anticipated is still actually for 2019 In the Tall Grass.
Y'all grass.
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
We talked about it yesterday.
Saint
Eve
in King.
It was written by Joe Hill, the son of Psy King. And,
I can't believe you're still standing if that's your drinking game.
Yeah, I know. I've
Blue
been
knows
trying-
us so well.
I've been
Only
trying
while
to
we're
be-
live on air.
Blue, I've been trying to be temperate, man. But, dude, I am so excited for the Netflix version of In the Tall Grass, Patrick Wilson.
This
Like,
was Fuego's most anticipated.
It's my most anticipated film of next year, more so than Pet Cemetery, more so than Chapter 2. That story is so fucked up. Oof. I love it.
Okay.
That says a lot about me. I
So
guess.
so the other thing, another thing we're gonna be. Oh boy, Fuego, just say it and drink. John Kyle Stanton.
John Kyle Stanton, why are you doing this to me?
We love you, John.
I would rather have the $10 given to...
All I know is
honestly,
that it's going to be the best Doom stream we've ever done. We're not going to stream Doom, but it's going to be a great Let's Play.
Okay, and this is not ass-kissing, but I would rather you give the $10 to Cemetery Dance so they put together that...
What are you doing?
No, I want a anniversary edition announced of the stand.
He's
which
donating to the show, not to you, bruh.
I know. I have my own Patreon I'm getting ready to throw forward, but... if Mr. Chismar, anything about upcoming Dark Tower goodness, he ain't talking. Yeah, he has been chumming up with all that awesome stuff with his son, and anyway, these guys don't care, but yes, shout out to Rich. He's super cool too. But thank you, Blue, for the support and awesomeness, man.
All right, so let's see. Yes, no BS. Every time I've been at a horror movie and Pet Sematary trailer comes on, people audibly react. That's going to make some noise.
As they should. It's going to make some legit noise, and I know the new I know the new photo came out with Lithgow.
Let me just bring up an amazing video that came out on our channel this year where Cecil ate his words. You guys, if you haven't seen it, he eats his words. It's amazing. It was I've known Cecil my whole life. That was a very satisfying video. Let me just tell you guys.
Yeah, that was
a satisfying
That was
video.
Largely thanks to CP also. Yeah, ha 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 ha. CP,
CP has every right to be laughing about that.
CP, because that was an amazing video, was it not?
That video would have happened if it wasn't for me.
That was incredible.
I
honestly
came up with the idea and went with it. So.
If we're going to be fair, though, remember myself and Cody and CP and all of us were just looking at you like, what are you talking about?
I almost just got in Ben Grimm's face. He also said Child's Play will make Halloween money. I actually did say that. I think I did say that.
I actually think Child's Play is going to make some mad money.
I think Child's Play is going to make
it's going to make good money. And you know what? I am so with Cody's opinion about it. I'm all for it.
I am too, dude.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think it's going to be cool.
And I like the idea of doing a video every year where you eat your words.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to eat my words because it's gonna be huge. Child's Play is going to be really big,
and the marketing campaign is on point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited about it. Where'd your list
go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it's up there.
I think that's about it.
No, that can't be it.
Well, I mean, there's other stuff from the previous year we didn't talk about.
I thought
we did the Bean Boozled challenge on the very first episode, or the very.
I thought we went.
Well, and we did our
first. The hot sauce challenge.
And I performed the 20,000 subscriber Bean Boozled.
That's right. The bean
prize.
Yep. Where Dave had to eat all of the leftover beans.
Don't watch it.
Also, I do. This is something I was meaning to bring up actually. And CP, since you're here, CP and I just launched what is hopefully going to end up being a series, although it might not end up being the exact format we thought. We just did an episode where he and I did a Skype talk about...
Oh, boy.
I love you, Sandra.
I love that live stream. See, he's literally bringing up the thing I'm just bringing up.
Nice.
Simpatico.
And he's
Simpatico!
He's not even asking for anything. No, thank you, John.
John,
I love the stream you did with CP the other day. Thank you. So this is a stream. It was originally called
Schnip Snap Schnit.
Indeed, it was originally called Laughing at the Darkness, where CP and I were going to do a series about sort of talking about how horror uses comedy to deal with horrific situations, and us as humans, by extension, do the same thing.
Yeah,
so when we have horrible situations to deal with, a lot of us use comedy, and we ended up gravitating to comedians who are really screwed up people that use comedy to deal with their messed up upbringings and things like that.
But holy smoke, what a coping mechanism, but one that makes complete sense.
It does. Man. No, it alleviates tension after really high tense areas, but the conversation ended up spinning way dark. We ended up getting into, would it be worse to be raped or murdered? You know, like we ended up talking about
it'd be worse
language
to be
that is beyond me.
Right?
No, we ended up talking about
hey, if you had the interesting factor to
decide. No, but that's how dark the stream got. We talked about You know,
I would love to continue living, even if it's with lingering her.
Would you though? That's the thing.
Yes,
would you,
yes,
though?
I would.
But
I
you've
would.
never been a victim of it, so you don't know that.
Well,
You don't know that. We had someone.
a murder is.
We had someone that was a victim.
Let me just take you in
come
the
on
room.
and comment.
Murder is kind of a one-time thing, which is where that comparison.
But you don't know what it's like.
Which is where that comparison feels.
You don't know what
very
it's like
despondent
being.
to me,
You don't
man.
know what it's like that having that done to you. How that can change your life. How that can take away all of your power.
You've been
how that
murdered or raped.
No.
Murder, you don't know, but people that have listen, hear what I'm
That's
saying.
where the-
listen, stop, just listen to what I'm saying. We had someone that had been raped commenting, saying they would
I
rather
know.
be murdered.
I know, and she's
so
awesome.
someone
She's
from that experience had that perspective, so that perspective can't be discounted. Is what I'm saying. And it was anyway. This is
Are
not
you
something we need.
presuming I'm discounting?
No. But I'm not sure that you've thought as in depth about it as maybe.
No,
you
there
could
is
have.
no way in fuck that I would ever discount that experience as being
I'm
lesser.
not saying you discount. I'm just saying when you chose your decision, did you really think about the lasting effects that? Anyway, this is not the darkness I was hoping to get into on this. I'm saying this is the darkness we got into on that stream, and that's why I'm saying I think an ongoing version of this series would be good that you can jump on the next time.
And
so maybe
ultimately-
do it monthly. Face the darkness every month. You know, maybe we'll
Ultimately-
call it that. Facing the darkness.
Ultimately,
You know, talking because we also talked about language that can't be used,
Right.
and that some
Well, I
people
was
might
gonna-
think but don't want to say, and things like that, and why.
I was just going to say, ultimately, fear, conquering fear. That's why we love horror. Is we get to be scared without actually experiencing the danger.
Yeah, it's almost
And
about like
it gives us power. So that's it doesn't matter if you are scared or not. It matters if you can conquer that fear, and that's what I think we all love about horror is that we can conquer that fear. And we, for example, my scariest film is still Event Horizon. Scares the shit out of me
easily.
Not to this day.
In a lot of ways.
When I,
It's great though. It's great.
It's a great film. But
Have
the
you seen-
point
that's
is,
the one thing I
the
wish.
point is
Have you seen something that
to
scares you more?
to experience fear in a safe way is the ultimate
It's the whole
sort
point
of
of horror.
adrenaline junkie thing.
Well, this is turning into a very special episode of the horror show. Well, that's what I'm saying. No, that's not what I wanted to turn this into, but that is just a glimpse into the episode that we did a few days ago.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 hours long, so it was a nice long conversation. If you're into it, go check it out. It actually did much better than I thought for being as long as it was, but yeah, so...
Well, and since I didn't participate in that conversation, I would say I'd rather be murdered first and then raped.
Okay.
Because
fair enough.
that would be the order that I
I'm
would
with
I would
Dave.
choose to go in.
Dave, okay.
No. I would not want to be
Yeah.
alive and cognizant for
Yeah.
something that
I'll,
horrible.
No,
I'm
I would
okay with
sorry.
it
I would
going
do
to the
that.
next place.
But anyway, let's move on past that.
Yeah, we're
All right? Moving
very,
on past
very
that.
positive characteristics and topics we're discussing.
So
Dylan.
So what we need to do now oh boy. Cheers. Here's to 2019. Scott Baker, thank you, Scott. Cheers to you, sir. Scott actually being one of your biggest fans, right?
I love the fucking Scott, man.
Didn't he send you something? Did he
Yeah,
send
Scott and Darcy are badass, man. They're so awesome. They are biggest, and I mean, honestly, some of the largest Tale of Stephen King, faithfuls that we got. So much love to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Scott. You rock. But yeah, guys, so we're gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff in 2019.
That's empty. I'll be back.
All right, I lost everyone.
Wait, my bottle's empty too.
Your bottle's empty.
Yeah, I finished it.
Damn, bro.
It was only half left.
It was only half left. S. Rose says Stephen King, drink up. God damn it. Hi guys. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot. This year, let me just touch real quick. I'm trying to think of. There will probably be some video game Let's Plays if particular video games come out. Death Stranding, I think, is finally due to come out.
Yes.
Let's see. Watching horror is a way for modern man to have an outlet for the anxiety we have, but don't really burn off in our present day state without predators. It's a
Holy
healthy
shit,
release
well,
of the
there you
pent-up
go.
angst.
Honestly,
yeah.
That's a very extensive assessment.
I expect a 20-page
Like,
paper
holy
on my desk
shit.
before the morning.
Yes.
All right, cheers, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Yes.
Hey,
Now,
Cheers, sir.
Scott Baker is one of the absolute best and most respected in my circle.
To all
Love
40,
you, man.
40 of you watching.
So again, just so you guys know, if you haven't seen, we did already put up the top 5 scariest horror moments of 2018. I did that. We actually used clips from the movies, so it's a little bit different, but a lot of people like it. We also live streamed yesterday the top 6 most anticipated horror movies of 2019. Tomorrow, the top 6 worst horror movies of 2018 is going live after our trailer reaction for New Year, New You, which is the newest Hulu Into the Dark movie that just dropped. So that trailer reaction is going live on New Year's Day. Makes sense, right? And then the following day, Marsha is... Well, no, the following day, we're going to be dropping our top 10 of 2018. So
like, hey,
January
awesome.
2nd, you will see the top 10 of 2018. And then January 3rd, you will see the top 5 best and worst horror TV shows of 2018 as delivered by Marsha Parker. So ultimately, we're going to have 5 or 6 total top list episodes for this year. And I want to do more lists going forward. We need to... we never did rank the Halloween series, did we?
You know, yeah.
Oh, no, Marsha and I did. Marsha and I did.
Well, like, one of the things we wanted to
We did our
avoid when we
first
first
ranking
started
video, that's right.
the show was we wanted to avoid...
S. Rose is in Cleveland. I'm sorry, bro. 62
Dude,
degrees.
Cleveland, 62 degrees. It's like...
OH!
Yeah.
It's like 39 here in
I still
Mesa.
love
My number 1 would be the headshot
fucking
in Hereditary.
freezing.
Hey, Haley, if
No.
you haven't watched
No.
my top 5 scariest moments of 2018, you need to watch it because I agree with you. Go ahead.
Scott doing $19. Love you, Scott. That's
Oh,
awesome.
$19. I didn't even realize.
Dude, it's the
that
year-
is the Stephen King reference.
We are officially in the year of 19. He has he has a whole foreword in that hardcover that I bought you over there, where he's talking about how the 19th year of his life was so formative and so amazing and so, blah blah forth.
Sex, cocaine, all the good stuff.
No,
in life.
man, he was trying to make a name for himself and everything, and just like failing miserably and frustrated.
Spoot Dev is here.
Spoot Dev?
39.
I know
LOL,
Spoot Dev.
was minus 30 with wind this morning here.
Spoot
Spoot
Dev.
Dev, where are you?
Yeah.
First off,
Norway or
fantastic
something
name.
shit like that.
Second
Minnesota.
off, Zach Graves. Hey guys, let's do that. Age, sex, location, except not the age or sex part. Tell us where you're at.
Let's get
ASL.
some demographics.
Old school.
'cause-
If you want to know how old I am, A/S/L. That's how old I am. Let me know where you're at. Minus 30, says Haley. We're here in Phoenix, Arizona, where it was rainy today.
It was 39 and rainy.
It was 39 and rainy? Okay.
I wanted to say it was 39, but it probably
It was probably
It was
closer to
probably
59.
62.
Yeah.
And I have like 3
Reviews
pairs
from
of
Beyond
jeans
is in
on.
Boston. Scott Rodberg is in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Scott Baker is in Cincinnati. Sandra, you know what? My dear, I haven't gone to the P.O. Box to grab it yet. I will go and grab the P.O. Box stuff tomorrow, so I will have it in the P.O. Box. I appreciate it, dear, though. So thank you for the card in advance.
And
Sandra is one of our most loyal
Well, and I
viewers.
was gonna say, and our
Honestly,
prayers
Sandra's
go out to
amazing.
your-
Prayers go out to Sandra and her family because they're constantly dealing with hardship. So I hope 2019 is a better year for you, Sandra. Sam Butterfield is Los Angeles. We were out there, Sam. You should have said hi to us. Willard, I like Fuego when he's intoxicated, says Willard.
What?
Haley is in the UK. It's
I
like
tr-
5 degrees here in the UK.
As Dave knocks my phone out of my hand, where I'm
Damn, Dave.
He's like on his phone. What are you doing?
He's texting people
All right.
should I jump
during
off
the
my
live stream.
All right.
Should I jump off my phone?
Yeah, if you're doing
Yeah.
a live stream. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be on the phone when you're live streaming.
Thanks, guys.
What are you doing? You're in a live stream. What do you answer the phone for? It's worse
Upper-
than in a movie. It's worse
Last
than in a
all
movie.
winter. Louisiana.
Dylan Thomas, I'm in Iowa. Snow all day. Like 13 degrees.
Woo.
Damn. Brandon, Lafayette, Louisiana, 57 degrees.
UK.
S. Rose, I wish this weather would last all winter. 35 in Upper Arizona. Says Sandra.
Eva, you're 99 years old?
Eva, 99 years old, Colorado, 9 degrees.
Hey.
Eva, I don't believe you. You
Hey,
did not look
Eva,
anywhere
I wanna
near
buy you a
99
drink.
when I met you.
I want to buy you a drink.
No, I
wanna
met
hear-
her. She's
no,
not 99.
No, I want to hear
Dave,
about the 90
I know you want to buy a
90 years
99-year-old a
ago.
drink. This is not the one. This is not the one. She's not actually 99.
9 degrees. Oh, it's so cold.
Smoking
couldn't
J's in the hot tub. Eva, I don't know what to believe with you. Oh, Mr. Carnage is in hell. That's
North
nice.
Dakota.
Now buy me a joint.
Cincinnati. Kenosha, Wisconsin.
All right, so let's see. Anything else? Any other changes you think we need to make outside of doing more of our comedy sketches in 2019, Producer Dave?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I have always loved doing our comedy sketches, but they take so much coordination and pre-production that, you know, it's been hard to do when we're all working and all that other stuff. One of the things we did in our early seasons was we would all get together for, like, a weekend and shoot, like, months
8
of
hours
content.
for a day.
Yeah, like, months of content in a single day.
Two days, we'd shoot for about 16 hours, 8 hours a day, and we'd get, like you said, a full month's worth of content.
And now
But it
we
was like
shoot-
all reviews and
But now we
wraparounds.
shoot, like, on Sundays, and we get, like, a week's worth of content. But we only shoot the sort of stuff that we can shoot
Right here.
right here.
Yep.
And, you know, the thing is, like, I think that we have great ideas and all this other stuff. It just takes so much effort. And it is tough when you put a lot of effort into something. And it
Bloodbath
does-
and Beyond
and
uploads
it does-
twice a week, and they're at 75,000. We watched a movie uploads like 3-4 times a week, and they're crossing 70. We watched a movie just cross 70. They've gotten 20,000 subscribers in the last 4 months. Again, they do Loomis and Michael Myers. They do the Loomis and Michael Myers sketches, which gets them a lot. But it can be done, you guys. Like, we're limiting ourselves by thinking we can't do that. It's just a matter of the content that we produce. Even if we just do 2 or 3 solid episodes, fully produced episodes a week, that would be huge.
the
But
point is-
but Fuego, I mean, we can't keep doing just like the Hail would be still your episode, but that wouldn't be one of them because that's just talking in front of a camera. We need to up the production value if we really want to. You know what I mean? Of some of the other episodes, we don't have to for Hail. But if there's ways to do it for Hail, it's not a bad idea. Are you going to come sit down or are you going to stand off?
No, I was gonna stand and think and be contemplative.
That's why we
I'm
love them.
honestly upset about.
Yeah, the We Watch the Movie guys are great, and they're very likable, which it doesn't surprise me that that they do as well, or that they do as well as they're doing. But yeah, we don't have, we don't do Loomis and Michael Myers, which was, I think, huge for their growth.
Hot here in Ireland.
We do more
What?
horror content than basically anyone on YouTube, but it's not the highest production value because we do more content than everyone else on YouTube. So that's the line we have to walk, which is why we're taking it down in 2019 so we can improve the content we do in 2019.
Well, the content that comes out on our channel twice a day is the quote-unquote easier content.
It's our
to produce.
coverage. It's just
it's
us
easier
talking
content to
about what's
produce.
out,
The vlogs, the Venom animation, those things take, lots of hours in post-production to produce.
Get him a newsroom, please. Eva, I've been telling Fuego to up his set game for a long time.
What?
She says there's ways to do it for Hail.
Talking to my former girlfriend and fucking.
She comments. She's a commenter.
Hey, no more.
She
liquid
says
for
there's
you.
ways to do it for Hail. Get him a newsroom. I'm like, yes, let's get him a good.
No more liquid for you.
I'm not
Stop
fucking
liquid.
happy. I'm suddenly not fucking happy.
Why? I've just
stop
been
your
saying we
liquid
can
intake.
up the set game. That's all. All right, so let's see. He's on 1-800 Stephen King. I don't know what that means, Sandra.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Let's see. 30 in OKC, says Ben Graham. And all right, well, step outside, bro. If you're that upset, relax.
No, it's fine. It's a.
It's not if you're gonna be like that. It's not.
It's.
And I was gonna say, Yeah, we're not disheartened.
Fuego's pissed. Dave knocked the phone out of his hand. See, people are gonna start giving shit now.
We just want to grow. We want to make the show the best possible for not just our audience, but for new viewers. And
see, Scott says I like the Tower of Books, though. See, there's a way to incorporate his bookshelf, but we can still do stuff. That's the thing. Like, there's ways to do it. We can work it out. We can work it out. We can work it out. To be honest, I love the set for the main vids. Which main vids? Are you talking about this set, or are you talking about the I don't know, the desk set?
On the set. Because this isn't the set.
So let's see. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to see from the channel in 2019? This set. Garrett. I don't know why I said she. Garrett Kirby says they like this set. He, she. I'm assuming it's a he for Garrett, but Garrett likes this set. Yeah, this is the sort of the newest set. We have like 3 sets. We have the library set. We have this set. We have the room set. And then technically we have the podcast set where we occasionally move the sign over there to when we're doing Let's Plays and stuff like that. Ben says more comic book stuff. Ben, I would love to do more comic book stuff, but they don't do very well for us. Like, the comic book reviews don't do that great. That's why, at least sticking with the branded comics, the series that people know, those have been doing better. So we're going to be doing, I'll be continuing the horror comics that way. We'll do the branded content, the Freddy, the Jason, the Leatherfaces, the Chucky comics. I will do those. I will do the ones I've been talking about, the Blair Witches, the Final Destination, because those are worth it. Those are worth the time, at least, because we get at least 100 or 200 views on it. But I would love it if the comic book reviews got the views that the trailer reactions and the regular reviews do, but they just don't.
Or for that matter, we wish the views for our horror artist spotlights did better, because that was part of the idea of the show in the first place, was to promote independent horror artists.
Absolutely.
Who are out there making stuff that you can buy that's really cool. Mm-hmm. Like, that you can't get anywhere else because they're unique individual artists.
And their specific websites are on those episodes.
Like, everything from our show, from our sign
Rose just said more Marshall Parker and then
to
retracted
our baby,
his comment.
All these things have been created by horror artists, and that was a big part of why we started this, was to promote those people, to help them earn a living from doing their passion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's see. More producer Dave, always insightful, says Willard. See, I keep telling him that. But
well, I'm very shy.
We've done the podcasts. The new podcast just went up yesterday too. By the way,
there you go.
Maybe reviewing more indie horror films. There's a ton of great ones every year. Yeah, no, Fuego and I, we have about 20 independent horror movie reviews to do, having finally caught up with 2018. So hopefully in 2019 we'll stay up on them a little bit better, so we don't have to dedicate our entire December to catching up on everything. Wonder Fizz just made a lovely comment. I just want to thank you guys for making my 2018 better. Even on days when I was sad, your videos made things better, so thank you. I can't wait for 2019.
Hey, Wonder
That,
Fizz.
I will cheers to that. That is amazing.
Anybody who has a bad
Fuego,
day...
I'm sure, is metaphorically cheersing off camera for that one.
To anybody who has a bad day turns to YouTube
Fuego is
to make their day better.
You're good.
I'm mad. I'll be honest.
Why? Don't be. That's a lovely comment. Take that as a compliment.
Cheers. No.
Cheers us on camera for that.
No, that's not what made me mad.
Okay, fine, but focus on what's nice. Wonder Fizz's comment is amazing. We made him feel better. There it is. All right. Recommendations on what to watch on Shudder Prime.
Dave was like, it's the landing.
I have a couple of great recommendations, Blue. Blue, on Shudder.
Yeah, you know.
Blue, have you watched Terrified on Shudder? It's listed as Terrified and listed as Aterrados. It's a, I believe it was it was Argentinian, I believe.
Yeah, it was like
Argentines, yeah. It was really good. Fuego, that movie Silver Bullet, who wrote the novella that's based... you know what? We'll take the drinks for Fuego on this one. We're
why
doing
is it
good.
your glass filled with water?
No, it's cool. He's good.
Cheers.
John, thank you, John. I appreciate it. Terrified and Dead Wax. So Ben agrees that Terrified is awesome.
I just took a little sippy.
Dead Wax I want Fuego to watch. That's the haunted...
Dead Wax?
Yeah, Dead Wax, the record. When you play the record, you end up dying or whatever. Like, Ben, explain what Dead Wax is for us. We did a trailer reaction for it, and we were excited about it, but we didn't watch it.
Is that Terrified?
No. Dead Wax is a different thing, but it's on Shudder.
Happy New Year's to everybody who's new and watching.
But yes, to answer your question, Blue, on Shudder, I would recommend Terrified. On Prime, I would recommend You Might Be the Killer. And one cut. Oh, the best recommendation I can make is One Cut of the Dead, Blue. If you haven't watched One Cut of the Dead, it just dropped on Prime. It was Japan's #1 highest grossing movie of 2018. And it's about a crew making a zombie movie. And for the first 40 minutes, I'm literally like, what am I watching? But by the end of the movie, I'm like, that was brilliant. And it was really funny.
Is it anything like Rubber? A little bit? No? Okay.
No, it's better, way better than Rubber. It's like Rubber in that there's some fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
That's
what I meant.
That feels a little weird. But it makes so much sense, and it's a comedy.
Yeah.
And you're laughing at so many different points in the back third of the movie. So definitely recommend those.
I loved Rubber, by the way. Haley.
I was suggesting... Oh, okay, he was suggesting that as regular content, but I've heard good things about Terrifier. Terrified, actually, Blue. Okay, so Blue is trying to help us out. So cover more specific things like the best on Shudder this month or the best on Prime this month. Maybe that's a good idea, actually.
That's not a bad idea.
That's actually a good idea, Blue. Maybe we should take that into account.
I mean, if you guys...
Because I'm willing to stay up on that to do that episode every month. The best of Shudder for January.
Or it's like, hey, I watched...
Or the best horror on streaming services for each month.
I watched 5 movies on Shudder. Here's the only one that you guys...
Yeah, but if we could do like some Cemetery Dance, kind of resurgence. Anyway.
You can. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, that's where...
We'd leave it up to you.
Yeah, that's where CD comes into play, so... All right.
Oh, really? I didn't realize it was a pirated copy, Blue. I mean, if I just assumed that Amazon did their diligence because it's on Prime, so I watched it.
Yeah. That's where this...
It's a pirate's life.
Oh, really? That's funny. Brandon M. says, Allison Hannigan's scenes from You Might Be the Killer were filmed at my local comic shop. That's great.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, because she works at a comic book store in the movie. It's great.
Go.
Rubber was crazy. Third wall breaking was comedy gold.
Yeah.
When I'm in the hospital, I love your show, says Sandra. Well, I hope you like it in both places. But...
Oh, my God.
John, for real, thank you. I work in a... Wait, John, honestly. For real, thank you. I work in a cubicle all day, and you guys do more for me than you will ever know.
Yeah.
John, even though you didn't ask us to mention Stephen King, that's worth a cheers for you, John.
Hey, to Stephen King and to John.
That's Stanton. For real. John Kyle Stanton, you're the man.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Well, honestly, it's viewers like John that we do the 2 episodes a day for. The people that can stand it, that are willing to contribute that there are...
As the guy who does the Stephen King show, I'm like, yep.
Well, there's at least 150, and you have even more, but there's at least 150 to 200 people that dedicatedly watch every episode of our channel.
Yeah.
Every single episode. And that's 14 episodes every week or more.
Yeah.
And that's likely 3 to 4 hours of content every week. So they're dedicating 10 to 13 or 14 hours a month just to us. Like, when we looked up the most recent thing, like, people have been watching our stuff for about 9 years and 6 months. Like, if some people one person sat down and watched our show for the entire amount of watch time we have, it's like they watched it for 9 years and 6 months and however many minutes.
Well, they're technically a relative at that point.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing. And thank you guys. And Jeff Floyd is here too. Dave as Zed was super awesome. And we actually have plans to have Zed to make a return. We have plans for Rainbow to make a return. And then we actually have plans for Rainbow to cross over with Zed.
Yeah.
We're actually waiting for Marcia to get to a place where she's comfortable enough to portray Rainbow again. She's a little self-conscious after having her baby. Just like Fuego was self-conscious a few months ago, and then he showed us what for, and does these side dips all day, every day to make sure he looks like the Adonis that he does. So, Yeah, man.
That's not true.
It's impressive. It's impressive your freaking level of commitment to your taking care of yourself. Like, I'm trying to get there myself.
Man.
Well, I'm trying to get there myself, so it is impressive. It's something that I need to work on.
Man.
So, well, I mean, dude, this whole show is great. All of us, we work very well together. It's going to become a silly love fest now, but we do it for these guys, but we also do it for us.
Right.
When I'm not working, I'm working. And by that, I mean when I'm not at my day job, I'm working on the channel, but I don't consider that working. My dad always said, find something you love to do and find a way to make money at it. YouTube, this channel, is that thing for me. It's horror. I've written horror scripts that I want to go places, of course, but if we could somehow make it to the point where our channel is successful enough to sustain our livings and we're providing for the people that are watching on a monthly basis, I mean, that's just, there's nothing more fulfilling than that for me. I mean, not having to serve people, not having to go knock on doors for me, you know, like not having to go and set rooms for Dave in order to just focus on creating content, creative content for people like our lovely viewers that are watching right now. We have 45 people watching when the New Year's is about to go.
You.
This is one of our biggest audiences yet, and I love the fact that we have viewers that like us enough to do this. Honestly, it's a real trip, and the fact that it all came from the fact that Dave once upon a time asked, "Hey, do you want to host, you know, a local horror interview show?" And it just spun into this whole thing where now we have contributors. Tom Deadstuff did our amazing sign back there. We have Tanya Sweet Pea Depew Hackett that did the baby.
I just realized
Jeremy Spicer did the bears.
I realized it was kind of supposed to be the Wayne's World of horror.
It was kind of was.
It was kind of
originally,
supposed to be like a local.
I just didn't. I never wanted it to have the DVDs in the background look.
It was.
Even though we ended up having DVDs in the background of season 1 and 2.
But only a shelf.
Only one shelf, exactly. I was okay with that. But honestly, remember the first couple seasons had Fuego's Puppet Master figures on there too. Like,
yeah, vastly.
Lots of great stuff. So, all right, my New Year's resolution: binge watch as many horror show videos as possible
Hi,
on my new 4K TV. That's awesome. LMB Media. I like LMB Media because they're very complimentary about our sexiness.
Yeah.
Let's see. The other Golden Earth. Do you guys only watch horror movies? No. I think that's been made very clear because we reviewed Aquaman, we reviewed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and once Fuego relaunches in Fuegotainment fully, we'll be getting back to doing the non-horror content there, as well as I'm going to be launching, in a more direct fashion, the Rick and Morty section of Shut Up, I Like It is going to be launched in 2019 as well. So you're going to finally get to see all the Rick and Morty coverage that Andrew and I have built up. So we'll get to see a lot of non-horror coverage on Infuegotainment, Rick and Morty coverage on Shut Up, I Like It, and then all the horror coverage you can muster on the Horror Show channel. You guys should do a vid of how and when you all met. John Kyle Stanton. It's funny you should mention that because if you look up, search the Horror Show or search Getting to Know the Horror Show on YouTube, there were about 4 or 5 episodes of a series that we did called Getting to Know the Horror Show, where all 4 of the core 4 hosts sat down and we talked. We answered one question from the viewer, and we all answered, and one of them is, how did the horror show form? And that explains how we all met and how it all went along. Yeah. So, remember Get to Know the Horror Show? We should get back to doing that as well. Like, those were great episodes, too, where we were literally answering audience questions about us, the viewers, but again, those videos didn't do super great viewership-wise, so we ended up doing less of them. I think Dave went to go have a cigarette. Let's see. Garrett says, I've been watching all the videos on my TV, which makes it hard for me to like and comment on everything. Been trying to rectify that recently. Garrett, honestly, just patronizing the show and watching, we greatly appreciate that. We obviously love the interactivity, and Garrett, you're very interactive, and I'm a big fan of that too, so I'm glad that you've gotten to the point where you're interacting like you are. So thank you, and thank all of you guys. I mean, there's 51 of you here now. We're even bigger than we have been. And poor Fuego, go have some water, bro. Even keel it. No, because you look like you're holding onto the chair like you're gonna fall over. So go grab some water. Go get some bread too. I got a nice. There's some bagels in there you can have. Get some bread. Thank you, Sandra. Yes, our P.O. Box, if you want to send us anything, is P.O. Box 892, Mesa, Arizona 85211. All right, so still here. Needed a quick break, says producer Dave. Okay, done think about that. All right, that's cool. Not a horror fan, but still enjoy your vids. Thank you, the other Golden Earth. That's very kind of you. Well, maybe so the other Golden Earth. How did you find us? Did you find us through one of the non-horror vids, the Spider-Man review or the Aquaman review or something like that? I'm curious. Okay, Willard says, definitely do more getting to know the horror show. You guys have an amazing group, dynamic, and clearly love horror. You guys rock. Thank you, Willard. That was actually one of the big things that I loved about our eclectic group. We've got me, who is a typical, large horror fanatic. We have Fuego, who is a very talented musician and horror fanatic. We have Dave, who is, just an all-around fantastic producer, not a horror fanatic, but my biggest supporter of all time. And then Susie, who is a huge horror fanatic and an awesome goth chick who knows makeup. And then Marsha, who's a huge horror fanatic and was a part of the channel from the very beginning, just behind the scenes. She wasn't a host on the channel until season 2, I don't think. But she was the very first zombie in the very first Zed the Zombie Hunter sketch, the one that's both on the channel and the one that never made it to air that got lost because I must have saved over it with a different memory card bit. So Marsha's been on the channel as a producer and a behind-the-scenes person for longer than, she's been a host. And then Andrew Mercer has been a part of the channel since the beginning, too. He just didn't actually get on camera until, I think, season 3. So we have all these people that make the channel what it is, and it's only because of those people that it functions like it does. That's how we're able to produce so much content. A little bit of insight, since I'm the only one on camera here, guys. We get together on Sunday. Oop, my little bit of fat was showing. Everyone just ignore that. But we gather on Sundays, and we end up filming like 13 to 15 episodes on Sundays because we've been doing 2 episodes a day. So it'll be trailer reactions. It'll be a bunch of reviews. It'll be, commentaries or anything like that. Anything that we need to do, we do in order to achieve the two a day. But I think going down on that number we have to do is going to allow us to produce higher quality content like you guys appreciate. A lot of you guys spoke very glowingly of my top 5 scariest horror moments because of the different format, me using clips from the movies. What I wanted to make clear about that is we can't do that too often because we are not going to get any of the revenue from that video. Anytime we use clips, basically assume that we will not get the revenue from that video. That's why 2 years ago we stopped using clips on all of our reviews, if you guys are curious. If you go back to some of our earlier reviews, some of them still have movie clips on them because they haven't been taken away from us yet. But, even some of those earlier reviews are getting copyright hit. I had to change our 13 Sins review recently because those got copyright hit. But we used to do clips. We stopped doing clips because we got copyright hit and we couldn't get the revenue from those videos. Now, I don't mind doing maybe 1 video a month or even maybe 1 video a week where it's not about the money, it's about making sure you guys are happy, where you get a nice fully produced video that we just don't make any money from. So I'll sit there and I'll make a video over a week, I'll spend 3 days editing it, and then we won't see any benefit from that video outside of you guys enjoying it. And that's enough most times, but just so you know, that's the reality of the situation. If I put in clips, no matter how beautiful the video looks, we're not seeing a dime of that from all that work. So that's another reason why we ended up doing the non-clip situation for as long as we did. So here we go. Getting back to the comments. Bye, Scott. Sorry, Scott. He has to go. Oh, guys, it's about to be 2019 for some of you. So for the East Coasters, let's celebrate. So yeah, in just about 3 minutes, we're going to be counting it down for you guys. All right. So Haley, I'm a massive King fan, so found you guys through that, but I also love your movie reviews. I play creepy games, read horror manga, and watch anime. So, Haley, reach out. Maybe we could do, tell me some good horror. I've been wanting to get into horror manga and horror anime. I've only ever read Death Note. I have all the Death Note manga. I've never read anything else. But as far as anime, I watched, and I don't even know if I actually reviewed Claymore on the channel. I need to review Claymore if I haven't yet. I love Claymore. Anything monsters, anything evil. I haven't reviewed Vampire Hunter D. I haven't reviewed Berserk. I am reviewing Castlevania, but I am down to get into that stuff. So let me know. Reviews from Beyond, yeah. Celebrate. The other Golden Earth is I'll be back in a bit. Everyone's going to go celebrate, so that's awesome. I know Andrew R. Davis has been struggling with the same thing a lot recently. It sucks for small channels trying to make their way. Yeah, I mean, it's the way that it happens, unfortunately. Hellgirl, when they cry... Oh, wait. Hellgirl and When They Cry / Higurashi. Okay. Hellgirl sounds interesting. Happy New Year from Cleveland! Happy New Year, Cleveland! Hang on. To my note, like on my clock, I'm showing we have 3 more minutes before the Happy New Year. Guys, are you really leaving me to wish everyone Happy New Year on my own? Producer Dave, get your ass back in here. Fuego, put a rubber band around it and get in here. I love Cleveland. I think I've only been through Cleveland. When I was on my way to Maine for a job, we had a layover in Ohio, and I think it was Cleveland. Here we go. Thank you, Dave. Attack on Titan until it turns silly. When does it actually turn silly, Haley? It's all up to you, Cecil, says Slasher's Code, a.k.a. Mr. Carnage. LMB Media. Oh, shit. LMB Media here in Israel, it's 7 a.m. We counted backwards 7 hours ago, and I'm hungover. Damn. Well, hello, LMB Media. Shalom. All right, so we have 2 minutes before we're saying Happy New Year to the East Coast.
I don't have a drink, but that's okay, because...
Why not? Go make one.
I'm out of drink.
So go make one of mine.
I drank a half a bottle of Jameson. I'm pretty good.
Okay, fair enough.
Jaime, you got any beers left?
We'll probably call it pretty quickly after this New Year's ring in here.
No, call it.
Yeah, well, we've been going for 2 hours. Almost
Here.
2 hours to the
Look,
T.
Jaime's back.
Jaime's back.
Jaime's
Hey,
back.
everyone, I'm back. Whoa, Stephen King rocks! He's there. Guys, we got 1 minute, and I'm still here by myself to wish these people a Happy New Year. About to be a new year from us in Ohio. My fiance and I are celebrating it with you. Thanks for being our company for the night. Thank you, Garrett. Happy New Year to you and your fiance. By the way, my dad was from Sandusky, Ohio. I've been to Sandusky. We went to... what is it? What is the theme park there?
Flags.
Cedar Point. We went to Cedar
Point.
Point. We rode the Gemini and the Magnum XP 2000. The year that it opened was the last year that I went to Sandusky. But I love Ohio. So, yes. Happy New Year to the East Coast. Hey, Happy New Year! Woo! All right. Fuego is just making himself another drink in the other room.
Fuck the East Coast.
Oh, he's having...
Fuck the East Coast.
Fuck the East Coast. All right, well, fair enough. I think Fuego's actually having chips, not making a drink, so maybe... all right, reviews from Beyond Word. All right, well, guys, I think that's as good a place to call this stream at the 2 hour mark as any.
We're calling it.
It's 2 hours, dude. What do you want me to do? I can't
just
keep
sit
carrying it while you guys keep walking away.
I'm done. Okay, you
Jesus
can
Christ.
walk away now, and now I will entertain the audience.
No, it's not going to happen. So, all right. We're going to call it, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. This was a very successful stream, more so than I thought it would be. So, we might actually, when Fuego gets himself full, we'll do maybe some Doom streaming. No, we're good. You're good. I'm good. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Happy 2019 to you. John, Kyle Stanton, thank you for all of your contributions in the last 2 days. You're amazing. Thank you, all of you guys, for watching. Again, if you're interested, click the link. Click the link in the description box for our Patreon if you want to support us that way. Thank you very much. Fuego will be just fine. Don't worry. We still have fun to have tonight, so he's gonna be fine.
Really?
They're just saying to make sure Fuego's okay. He's gonna be fine.
He's fine.
See, he's fine. He's fine. He's right here.
He's eating.
He's just eating something. All right, guys. Perfect. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you very much for watching.
Love you so much.
Thank you for watching all year long, and we look forward to 2019 being even bigger and better for us and for you guys as well. Thank you. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
That's been Jaime Fuego.
Gracias.
I've been Producer Dave.
And remember,
Horrific Harry.
Remember, stay scared.
2019, Happy New Year!